friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at what you are alchemizing in your life. And I got inspired to do this reading because of Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department, and there's a song on there called The Alchemy. And I don't know, this just hit me and I was like, yeah, I want to do a reading about alchemy, about alchemizing. So what this reading is supposed to be is that we're taking a look at what you are alchemizing in your life, and what that means is what are you taking and what are you changing from dirt to gold. So what are the traits or maybe the situations or the atmosphere around you that might not be working out very well for you, or that might not be something that you consider something positive, a skill, anything that adds value to you, and transforming that into something that is worth a lot, like gold. So that's kind of the gist of the reading for today. And we have 3 groups to choose from. And I bought these new crystals and I don't really remember the names of them yet. So for today, I'm just going to call them by their colors until I become more familiar with the names. But for group number 1, you guys have this green crystal tower. Group number 2, I'm pretty sure this is the amethyst. So you guys have this purple crystal tower. And group number 3, you guys have this beautiful deep blue crystal tower. So take a look at these 3 groups to see which group is calling out to you. And while you do that, I just wanted to share again that it would mean the world to me if you guys would like to check out my song covers channel. It will be linked in the description below. And yeah, if you could leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so that I get some kind of encouragement and I can keep going, that would mean so much to me. And also just thank you for clicking on this video, even if you're going to click out in like 2 seconds. Thank you for being here and sharing your energy with me. But anyway, if you guys are ready, the timestamps will be linked down below. So I will see you in your group for your reading. Bye! Hey group ones! If you have chosen this green fluorite, this is going to be your reading all about what you are alchemizing. So let's get started with our oracle card. The first card that you guys got is Break the Chain. So this says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So immediately, I believe that what you guys are alchemizing is something that is deeply rooted in your family. It could be ancestral wounds. So things that happened not just to you, but things that have been happening in your family lineage for generations. And you are finally turning that and making that into something better. So you're no longer holding the pains and the burdens and the beliefs that your family has held for generation, but instead you're deciding to take all of that knowledge, all of the lessons, observing everybody in your family for what they have gone through and taking their experiences and their lessons and learning from it so that you don't have to go through the same lessons. What I believe in life is that the universe or the universe puts you in a certain family dynamic or a certain ancestral dynamic because you're meant to learn lessons from it. And you'll see that there are repeating patterns in your family that just happens over and over and over again because no one actually realizes the lesson that has to be taken away from that. And how life is going to work is that if you don't realize or recognize the lessons, it's going to keep giving you the same problem until you're able to realize what you're supposed to learn from it, then life is going to treat you differently, and it might give you a different problem then, but it's not going to give you the same repeated issues anymore. And we usually see that when it comes to ancestral wounds. So when you start to realize, and even just doing a bit of reflection to see what the ancestral wounds could be a great start for you to alchemize that and turn that into gold, turn that into something that you can grow from, that you can serve. So one way I like to look at obstacles or challenges in life, or different beliefs in life, is that I take them as an advantage. You can choose to look at what you went through and feel like a victim, feeling like it happened to you, and now everybody needs to be nice to you and treat you differently because you've gone through a difficult thing. And that kind of mindset is not really going to get you anywhere. It's not going to help you grow. So instead, I would recommend, and it's something that I practice myself too, is to try my best to look at the things that I've gone through and think of them as an added advantage for me. I went through this lesson so that I'm able to learn from it, and these are the experiences and the wisdom and the knowledge that I managed to get because of this obstacle that I had to go through. And when you're able to think like that, it's going to really bring forth a lot of knowledge and gains for you, group number one. Also another thing about this card is to remember that you can only heal yourself. You can only change yourself. You cannot change anybody else. No matter how hard you try, you cannot force someone to change. However, when you're able to heal yourself, you are then going to be an inspiration for someone else to start the healing journey. So whatever you want to see change in your family dynamic or even in your life, you have to change it from within yourself first to see the benefits and the miracles happen in your outside reality, if that makes sense. Okay. My cat just meowed, so I guess he agrees. So next card, you guys have 14 with the Judge. So this card talks about balance, and to me, this card is a lot about like realization, and finding a balance and drawing a boundary. So from the imagery of the card, it's telling me that you need to discern and know when to put up boundaries, when to tell them no, when to know your limits, and also when to give. You need to strike that balance of not giving too much or not restricting too much, not talking too much and not listening, and then not listening too much and not talking, if that makes sense. Another thing that we also see is like the balance between light and darkness, life and death. So really, Spirit is saying that if you are able to strike a balance with action and inaction, reflection and moving forward, you'll be able to alchemize your ancestral wounds or childhood wounds a lot better. If you're able to find the balance. And also if you were to able to take a look at the things that you've been through in life and ask yourself, like, where are things imbalanced? Where am I taking something to an extreme? Is there any way I can change it? So once you're able to start realizing that, that's going to help you a lot in this healing process. Next card, you guys got the Trout and Lily of the Valley with Purification. So this is also another card that talks about healing. So in a river that is full with trout is said to be very healthy and harmonious, and in like clean water. It's a very pristine environment where the trouts thrive. And with the Lily of the Valley as well, it's a flower that talks about healing and wounds being healed. Also, lily of the valley is a mystical flower because they say that it only blooms where there's dragon's blood spilled. So I feel like with this card, what's coming in and what's alchemizing for you is that you are turning all your wounds, all your spilled blood into healing and protection and purification. You are washing away your scars. Like imagine just a cleansing shower of rain falling on you and taking away all the baggage and all the pain that you've went through and transforming you into a new being of love and light. And that is happening for you. That is alchemizing from the past traumas and the pains that you've went through. And your last card, you have playfulness. I am a playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something fun, a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady really knows how to party. I'm not sure if this is Mary Poppins, but she does have a funny umbrella, so maybe. But Mary Poppins also reminds me of childhood, so I really think that what you are alchemizing are your childhood wounds, the traumas that you've picked up from our caregivers. And honestly, that is one of the hardest things to realize and to cleanse, because it's very easy for us to remember things that happened 2 years ago or 3 years ago. They're still fresh in our memory and it's easy to heal. But for us to go back 15, 20, 30 years into the past, where we vaguely remember what happened and vaguely remember our life, and to try to heal from that, that takes a lot of work, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of realization, and really asking yourself questions over and over again. Where did this come from? Where did this thinking come from? Like, it doesn't align with me, so where did I pick it up? So Spirit is saying that the first step to alchemizing this is really going back into your childhood. This is where you're going to first find that stepping stone that is going to guide you towards your healing process. All right, and now we are going to get into our tea leaf portion of these two cards want to come out of our reading, just to see what other messages Spirit has for you. I think I want to take 6 cards today. I feel like I have the space for 6 of them. Oh, there we go. Is that 6? I think there was one more. Let's do this one. Okay, so let's see what the cards have for you. You have Lion with time to act. So I believe Spirit is saying that, yeah, it's time for you to start working on this healing right now so that you're able to heal yourself. Because I feel like once you're healed and once you're in a thriving environment, the trouts are going to come. Like, your abundance is going to come in, your blessings are going to come in. But first, you need to be the conduit, and you need to be a good vessel for these healings to come in, or these blessings to come in. I think right now, because you're not healed, you're not ready to receive these blessings. So if you act right now, you'll be able to receive the blessings really, really soon. Next, you have Scales. Keep your life in balance. This is the exact same card that we have, the Judge. So keep your life in balance. Make sure that whenever you're taking action or doing something, you're not going out of balance. Make sure you're not like, that's my cat. Make sure you're not pushing anybody out, putting walls up, like just heal, but also keep it well balanced. You guys have Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. I think it's going to be both. So once you are healed, you're going to get an increase, not only in your understanding and your spiritual development, but also in abundance and material wealth. You have Broken Wishbone, wish will not be granted. I'm kind of feeling like this isn't really your wish. I feel like this comes I don't know why, but when I flip this card over, I'm getting the feeling that this is coming from somebody who wishes you harm, or like who doesn't want to see you succeed, and their wish is not going to be granted because you have protection all around you, so you're safe. The lily of the valley also reminds me of the show Stardust. I believe that was the flower, maybe, that gives him protection. But anyway, it just reminds me of that. So I believe you're well protected. And then you have wreath, sorrow over a loss. So there might be something that you have to let go of. It could be a little sad for you, simply because you might have some kind of unhealthy attachment to it, or it could be that you're feeling sad over the loss that you've experienced in your childhood. Sometimes that tends to happen when you have like a lot of trauma and you've been through a lot, and you start to do reflection. You see how your childhood was and what it could have been, and the things that you missed out on that you really can't go back and have a redo, because if there's one thing that we can't do right now is to go back in time. So that might be the sorrow that you feel as you embark on this journey of healing. And then you guys have November. So that's the number 11, which could be significant to you. But I also feel that with November, that might be when the healing is going to be complete and all the blessings are going to come in, which from the time I'm reading right now, November is about 7 months away, which is a little bit of time, but I feel like healing does take time. It's not going to be an instant fix. So if you feel like you started on your healing journey and 2 weeks from now you don't see anything different, don't fret. That just means that, like, there's still some work that needs to be done, and you're okay. You're on the right track. You'll be fine. All right. So now we're going to get into our tarot cards to see additional messages that are I think that's enough, that are coming out for you. Oh, and one more thing I noticed when I was actually preparing your deck, group 1, is that your oracle cards came out actually pretty fast. So I think this change is going to happen fast, but I think that you do have quite a bit of work to do. So, it's going to be a fast change, but a long journey, if that makes sense. All right. So starting with your tarot cards, you guys have 6 of Cups. Definitely something from your past that is being brought up. Let me move these up so we can fit everything in here. Okay. 6 of Cups talks about people from the past, feelings from the past. But yeah, since we're talking about childhood wounds, with the 9 of Swords, it's really something that is causing you to lose sleep at night. And it really is, you could be dreaming about all these things, like things in your past that you have not taken the time to sort through. Group 1s, what are you holding on to that you need to alchemize and turn into gold? You have 3 of Swords. It really did hurt you in the past. Like, you've been through a lot and you're holding on to this mental burden. And then you have 10 of Wands. I mean, honestly, like, the energy is heavy. I think the work that you need to do is not going to be the easiest either, which is why I think the playfulness card comes in, because when we're doing such heavy work and trying to live our life, sometimes it can feel a little too much, and Spirit is saying, try to find ways to make this healing process playful, right? As you discover new things, as you discover like, I want to do X, Y, and Z that I never got a chance to do when I was a teenager. Go ahead and do them. Like, if you wanted to... Oh, this is what I actually thought about, because this thought came through my mind recently. I was like, man, I really wanted to do ballet when I was younger, but I never got the opportunity to. And I'm like, I guess I could do ballet right now as a grown-up, or another thing that is similar to ballet that many grown-ups do is a bar class. It's like a bar workout class, and I was like, well, I could do bar and imagine that as ballet. It's pretty close, and it has the same vibe. I could dress in a very ballerina aesthetic and relive my childhood, I guess, loss that I never got to experience. So something like that, right? To make it playful so that it's not just heavy energy. And then you guys have the moon. So with the moon, I guess this to me talks about things being shrouded in mystery. I believe that while you're on this journey to uncover the things that you need to go through, I don't think you guys really know how deep that well is. I mean, it sounds really scary, but think about it. If you're able to really put in the work and heal, like really heal from the things that you've been through and go really deep into your childhood wounds, you're gonna come out such a fresh, new, wonderful person. All right, so Spirit's just saying you don't know what to expect. And you are ending off with the King of Pentacles. That's really beautiful. So after everything that you've been through, after all your deep dives, the blessing and the change and the transformation that you're gonna get is that you're going to somehow make all of that and alchemize it into abundance, material abundance, where you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, have just pure confidence, and build a new legacy, a new foundation for yourself and generation of family to come. Your children, your grandchildren, great-grandchildren are going to benefit from you healing your past ancestral wounds. I'm getting goosebumps because this is such powerful energy. My cat, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, okay, but yes, it's such powerful energy because not only are you healing this for yourself, you're healing it for everybody who's going to be in your life in the future, and they're gonna all benefit from you putting in the hard work. So group number 1, it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be an easy journey to heal through your childhood wounds. So remember to keep it playful, but the results are going to be spectacular and just everlasting. Group number 1. So what a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I really appreciated your energy, and yeah, thank you for leaving a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I really hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello group 2s, you have chosen this beautiful amethyst, and this is going to be your reading about what you are alchemizing. So we're going to start out with our oracle cards, and you guys actually had 2 cards come out from this deck. And so the first card you got was Anna, Grandmother of Jesus, Seeding the Light, Laying Foundations, Divine Plan. So what I am seeing is that you're alchemizing your journey. Like, you're walking on this path of spiritual growth, and the entire thing that you're alchemizing is like the path that you've walked on. I just had a very funny visual come to my mind. So instead of you walking on a road, you're walking on, like, what's that called? A Laffy Taffy? A fruit by the foot. I'm just seeing that. So like, you're just, as you walk, you're like eating the fruit, the path that you've been on, and that's what you're alchemizing. Like, your path is just fruits by the foot, and is delicious, it's beautiful, and yeah, like, I'm gonna go through the card one by one, but what I get from you guys is just a very general energy, that like you are the alchemy, you are the alchemist. You basically turn everything you touch into gold. There's no specific lesson that you need to learn. You are the group that takes everything and turn it into a learning point. You see the magic in every single thing, and you're also very, very in flow with your divine feminine energy. Your next card, you have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? So you're already on the path, group 2. Like, you're really just walking down the path of faith, of spiritual alignment, of doing what you're meant to do on this earth. And with the maiden card, this is where I'm getting the feminine energy. But not only is it feminine, it is also youthful. It's giving me almost like the Fool card, but very specifically a feminine Fool card. No matter what you identify as in the real world, you just have a very soft energy about you, where you believe and have full faith and trust in the universe, in that everything is going to work out, almost in a little bit of a naive kind of way, even, where you could be a little too trusting, where you're like, oh, it's gonna work out, it'll be fine. Like, if you, every time you bump into an obstacle, you're like, oh, it'll be all right, I'll figure out a way somehow, which is a great way to think and a great energy to have. But also, if you're not going to take each little lessons, and if you don't take time to sit down and think about it and go, okay, what can I take away from this thing that happened that might not have necessarily allowed me to get from point A to B in the smoothest way, like this little bump in the road. What is something I can take away from it? If you don't pause to do that, I don't know, it's not that anything bad is going to happen to you, but if you could pause to just reflect on some of these lessons, it's really going to grow your energy from the maiden into possibly the crone, where you already know the things that could happen on this journey, so you're well prepared, and so the negative things or the bumps in the roads are avoided. And you guys have deceit. So this is another energy that kind of reflects on the youthfulness of your journey. What I'm getting is that you need to be careful that you're not too trusting with anything. Not to say that you need to be afraid or think that people are shady or situations could be shady, but it's just to cross your T's and dot your I's. Like, really just see where you can look at the fine print and make sure that you are, checking all the loopholes and not going to be taken advantage of. I think this journey that you're on, what you're alchemizing, it's like all these, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out like exactly what you're alchemizing, because I'm just seeing this as like your entire being is being alchemized. Like, you're going through everything that you do is a lesson and a journey and something that could turn into something beautiful. And in that sense, for it to turn into something beautiful, you need to be extra careful with the fine print, just so that you're not making hasty decisions or irresponsible decisions, because you have so much potential. You want to minimize the time being wasted, all the opportunities being not really being wasted, but like, let's say if you could get into this destination in 5 minutes, but because you decided not to follow the GPS, you just like, I know where to go, I'm just gonna follow the road. You got to the destination in 15 minutes. To avoid things like that. You're gonna get to the destination anyway, but for it to be 5 minutes, you need to be a little more careful with things that might not be the most fun to look at, like fine prints and terms and conditions. And then you guys have the card of generosity. And this card says, I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. I love these cards. It's so funny. But yeah, if you could just picture in a crowd, in a stadium, and everyone's doing the wave, and one person's just like, I'm not gonna do it. That looks so funny. And I can't help but giggle when I imagine that. But yeah, I think, what is this card trying to say? I feel like you're already in flow with the universe, but I think that on this journey, on this alchemy that you're on, you are going to get a lot of abundance. Like, you know, there's going to be a lot of things that you can give away, be it something material or something energetic, like your time, your love, your affection. And Spirit is saying, give it generously. Like, one of the most important lessons in life is to know that whatever you give is not going to be depleted, because everything is energy, everything is cyclical in nature. Whatever you give, you'll get back in return. So you're not really ever giving anything away. It's just making that journey so that it can come back to you all refreshed and new, and then you can give it again. So if there's ever a time where you have an opportunity to give something, responsibly, of course, like not really causing yourself harm or causing other people harm, but you're able to give in a way that is going to serve yourself and other people, Spirit is saying that you should go ahead and give as much as you would like. All right, so now group twos, we're going to take a few tea leaf cards to take a look at any additional messages that Spirit has for you for what you're alchemizing. One thing that I did notice when I was preparing your, and you have 2 months card, preparing your oracle card, is that your cards took a little long to come out, and I was like, oh, like, is this a stuck energy? And then I realized after doing the reading, it's just because you guys are on, your whole life is the alchemy. So yeah, no duh, it's gonna take a while to come out, because you're gonna have a long life full of lessons and experiences that you'll get to go through. Okay, so let's take a look at our tea leaf to see what we've got. We're going to start with the first month card. You have October. All right. So let's put that here. I'm not sure what it's trying to tell us yet. You guys have basket. It says recognition, reward for merit. And then the next month you have May. This May card loves to come out, I swear. If you watched my other videos, you've seen this card come out. Like, this is the 5th time now, I believe. This card has came out in the past 2 weeks. But I think what I'm seeing now is that you have from May to October. And if you're reading, or if you're watching this reading right now as I'm uploading it, May is in 2 weeks. So it's starting really soon. I think from you realizing that your whole life and your journey is the alchemy, and that you're in your divine feminine energy, that realization that starts in May or in 2 weeks' time is going to help you develop and learn and grow and really gain a lot of abundance over the course of 8 months. Is it 8 months? No, that's not it. To October, you know. But yeah, it's a journey. It's also transformation. Also, what I'm also getting is that May is a very spring card, and October is a very fall card. And spring and fall are usually people's favorite seasons. Like, most people I talk to either like spring or they either like fall. And I think that is also an energy that I'm getting, that you're going to be people's favorite person, because you're so feminine and just lovely to be around. Next, you guys have hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. So this is giving me the energy of if any point in time somebody gives you a helping hand, you should first consider to see if that's genuine, but don't be afraid to take it. And also don't be afraid to give somebody else a helping hand. Whatever you give, you'll get in return. And then, ooh, you have the egg, the golden egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. So definitely you're gonna gain a lot of success from this journey that you're alchemizing, but also what I'm focusing on is good plans. So really make sure that you're not just going with the wind, but you're also putting some thought into it. I'm not saying that you don't, but just make sure that you don't get too carried away by that feminine energy of just going with the flow. And you guys have ear with good news. So you're gonna hear a good news starting in May, and it's going to stretch and carry over, and you'll feel the entire magic happening, work happening all the way through October. I've also seen that like on this side of the reading, you have more body parts, which is telling me it's more material, more hard work. Like starting off, you might have to put in extra elbow grease into this journey, but by the end of the journey, you're gonna have everything just easy and blissful and cared for and just fall into your lap. So that's the energy that I'm getting with the oracle cards. So now I'm going to pull a few tarot cards just to get any additional messages that Spirit has for you guys. Let's see, I think this one wants to come out. Spirit, what additional messages do you have for group number 2s on their alchemy, their alchemizing journey? How many is that? Okay. You guys have one extra card, but I think I can make it all fit. So we first start off with death. A metamorphosis. You guys are transforming. It's time to let go of something, or it's time to really have faith and embark on a new journey. You're just changing and transforming into something different. You have strength, and this is like, I wanted to say another Leo card, and that's why I paused for a little bit over there, because the Sun card in this tarot deck, it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm getting a lot of like sunny, vibrant energy. You're like breathing life back into your journey and your life. And with the strength, it's just telling you that like you have what it takes. You have that soft, even this strength card, she has that soft feminine energy to move forward. And then you guys have Ace of Wands, so another passionate, fiery energy starting off. You might be embarking on a passion project as you hear this reading. So in May, you might be starting something new. And you guys have Two of Pentacles, and this talks about balancing, having the need to, I guess, find the equilibrium between different things. So could you be starting a side hustle, maybe a second job, a second idea that's going to help you? Or it could be that you are balancing give and take. So, giving generously, but also allowing people to give back to you generously. And you guys also have Temperance. This is another balance card, where it's like waiting for the healing to happen, and also kind of like see this mixture of like fire and air, or fire and water. It's just that Temperance just always gives me a very well-balanced energy, but not in like the justice kind of way, where justice is like law and order, but Temperance is more spiritual and mystical. You're like just energetically balanced. And then you guys have Five of Swords, so there might be some things that you need to decide on or you would go through that is going to help you and have you come out victorious. You would get over some mental limitations, some things that you used to believe that you couldn't have or wouldn't have in the past, and you would learn to master your thoughts and your mind so that whenever unhealthy thought patterns or unhealthy habits rear their ugly heads, you would now know how to deal with them, right? You would have mastered the skill on this journey to deal with unhealthy, not helpful thoughts as they come about. And you are ending off this reading with the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords, I'm just getting that you will master your thoughts. By the end of this journey, you would have transformed into a well-grounded being. Like starting out from your really beautiful and light-hearted feminine energy, you would alchemize that into someone who is confident in their mind and thus is confident in their actions, because you know that whatever you think or whatever thought that comes to you, like, you just basically will have control over your brain. Like, you'll have control over your mind. And once we can master our mind, we can master our future. So that is the reading that I have for you, group number 2. It was really beautiful and empowering. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. And I would really appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye! Hello group 3s, if you have chosen this blue appetite, this is going to be your reading about what you are alchemizing. So we're gonna first take a look at your oracle card, and you have a transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. I think one thing that I got immediately as I was introducing your pile and also with picking up this card is that one thing that you could be alchemizing is your body. I think you guys are the group that I'm getting a lot of physical healing from. So you could be changing the way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you work out. You're just a lot more health conscious. I think you're taking all your bad health habits and turning them into healthier habits. Like for example, if you love candy, you might be like not completely going cold turkey and not having sugar, but instead figuring out like, okay, I love sweet things, so how can I put that into a healthier mindset? How do I put that into a healthier frame? Should I change sugar to a bit of honey? How do I ease out of it? How about fruits? Like, maybe I can help my sugar craving if I just ate fruits, and then I wouldn't eat that many candy. So this is kind of like the energy I'm getting. Also because when I said blue appetite, I just thought of food and like having a good appetite. So I really think that you guys are alchemizing your health journey. And it's going to really bring about deep healing with the flame as well. Like, this is a card that kind of reminds me of the solar plexus chakra, not the root chakra, but I'm just like losing the word right now, but it's the one that sits between solar plexus and your root chakra, your sacral chakra. That's the word. It's giving me sacral chakra vibe, where you have that flame in your stomach that, is your appetite that you are changing. You might be learning new thing about health and about eating habits. So things like fasting. By the way, guys, if you have not, I guess, delved into fasting, it is so interesting. It is the best way to, if you want to do weight loss, fasting is the best way to do about it. If you are female, and what I mean by that is if you have natural cycles, if you have your period naturally, you are actually very affected by hormones, and your cycles influence you a lot, and your fasting should be different from like a male counterpart. So how I'm gonna get into fasting for a little bit, because I just feel like this group is a little health conscious. If you have no wanting to improve your health, you can probably pick a different pile. But for those of us who wants to improve our health, not just to look better but to feel better, I'm gonna talk a little bit about fasting. So as females, we fast differently. I know intermittent fasting is very popular, where you eat for 8 hours and then you fast for 16. And that is fantastic, and it works really great for men because they are on a 1 day cycle. Like, that's how their bodies work. But for us females, we're on a 28-day cycle, so we have to fast differently. There are days where you shouldn't fast more than 13 hours, and then there are days where you can fast for like 24 to 72 hours if you wanted to. And that's where you really see the benefits of fasting, where you burn brown fat, and that's like the toughest layer of fat to burn. And then there's also like what autophagy is, where your body gets rid of dead, dying, bad cells that would, if your body kept it, it's going to turn into cancer. So like autophagy happens at certain hours of fasting, and your body just cycles through. If you want to do like a detox, if you want to have a dopamine reset, you can do all of that from fasting. It is so fascinating. So if you are wanting to get into a health journey, I really recommend learning more about fasting. There's this doctor on YouTube, Dr. Mindy Peltz. I had the opportunity to meet her in person when I was at a seminar. She is amazing. Her research is really great. So look up her channel. I will try to link it down below, and I'll try to remember it. But yes, like, her research is phenomenal. Diary of a CEO, he has a lot of doctors on there that talks about fasting. So if you want to journey into that, step on that path, I really recommend these people to you. Anyway, that went on a tangent. I'm gonna get back to the reading. So next card you guys have is Communication, with the Rooster and Sunflower. So this card is also reminding me, or I'm getting this impression that you are learning how to communicate to your body. I think a lot of the times, like, this sounds wild, but actually a lot of us don't know how to talk to our body, or we don't understand what our body is trying to tell us. Our body sends us a lot of signals that we miss, and by the time we catch the last like red light, we're like, oh crap, we miss a lot of signs, like ooh. And the last red light could be some kind of health ailment, something that hurts you physically. Like, that is your last sign. The first few signs your body try to tell you that, hey, you kind of need to change something, my guy. You might not really even hear it because it's so quiet, it's a whisper. But I think starting on this journey, you'll be able to better understand and better communicate with your body as well. And then next, you guys have this card, which is Story of My Life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. So again, inner monologue really tells me that you will be communicating with yourself a lot. You'll be talking to yourself a lot. And I also think that you'll be changing the way you talk to yourself. So change can really only happen, and change can stick the best when we talk to ourselves with love. Instead of looking at our bodies and going, oh my gosh, why does it look like that? Like, why do I look like that? Why do I have X, Y, and Z? And why does it not look perfect? Instead of talking to ourselves that way, we could change that. And I know it's easier said than done, but change the way we talk to our body and go, I am so grateful that my amazing body is able to filter through all these toxins and heal myself. I'm so grateful that my amazing body is able to put fat outside of me when I can visually see it, instead of storing it around my organs as their first line of defense, so that I can see the warning signs letting me know that I need to get my eating habits together. I need to get my health habits together. Like, you know, the way we talk to our body, the way we can be grateful to our body is going to be really important if you want to embark on this health journey. Okay, it got a little cloudy, so I switched up the lighting a little bit. Anyway, that's what I have for you guys with the first few oracle cards. First few oracle cards. We're going to look into some tea leaf cards now to see what other messages Spirit has for you for group number 3. All right, I think we got all the cards that we need, so we're going to start with the first card. You guys have Ink Pot. Problems to be resolved. So I feel like if this health journey has been an issue for you, if you are on a plateau, if you just can't seem to get your goals or reach your destination, it's going to be resolved. You guys have the month August, so you know, it could be a journey that takes a little bit of time. August is like three months away from when I'm recording this video. You guys have Dark Man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So this could be, I don't know, a personal trainer that you talk to, maybe a fitness coach that you talk to, but you will be interacting quite a bit with this dark hair man, and they might give you some good health advice too. You guys have Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Maybe you might even take this alchemizing of your health into a different or to another level by turning that into a business venture. So many people start on their health journey and then realize that it could benefit many people around the world, and they turn that into something that they can share with everybody else around the world. And then you guys have February. So something could be significant. Something significant could be happening in February. Also, maybe this journey is something that you've already started, and you've already started alchemizing since February, but that would be a significant month for you. And you guys have Ear with good news. The previous group also had that card. So yeah, I just see a whole bunch of good change and blessings coming out from your tea leaf cards. Like there's nothing negative coming up for you. So it is such a wonderful journey and a great learning point, a great transformation that's going to happen for you, group number 3. So now we're going to take a look at some tarot cards to finish off your reading, because I want to know more about what Spirit has for you in terms of your alchemy. What are you alchemizing? Is that how many? I need one more. I need one more. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's take a look at what you got. Okay. So first, you have Knight of Swords. I don't know why, but this Knight of Swords energy is kind of reminding me of the Dark Man. So I see quick change that's happening, that's coming in for you. It could be quick communication or comments that could be a little hurtful, a little brash. That's happening. I'm also getting the idea that it's going to be it's like straight to the point. You know, no one's going to be around the bush. is going to be direct, no fluff kind of communication and realization that you're going to be receiving. You have the star, so this talks about wishes coming true. So I think the communication that is coming in for you on this journey of alchemizing and transformation is going to help you realize that, hey, it might have been a little harsh, but whatever this stirred inside of me is helping me to finally move towards my dreams and my wishes. You guys have 8 of Swords. You'll realize that the person or the situation that's trapping you is your own mind. Like, you just need the knowledge. You just need to get out of your own head, because literally nobody else is stopping you, group number 3. Like, you are hindering yourself. You're actually free. And this communication that's coming in, though it could be harsh, is letting you know that and realize that, like, hey, walk out of that gate, like, fly free. You're actually not trapped. You are not a victim. You are a survivor. You are the hero of this story. You have Ace of Cups. So then, I feel that this realization is going to help you learn to love yourself and fill your own cup. You'll learn unfold this new chapter in your story where you don't really need validation or love or someone else to fill your emotional cup or your confidence. You can do that yourself. And you can have this kind of connection from the universe as well, like where the happiness that's coming to you is coming from inside of you instead of outside. All right. And then you guys have 4 of Swords. So this journey is also going to give you a lot of peace of mind. It's going to really just take you out from an unhealthy place and really get you grounded into your mind and how you communicate. It really is giving me that your inner dialogue and inner monologue is going to transform for the better. And you guys have the Judgment card. So you really look at it with the butterflies transforming. There's a metamorphosis going. You're going to turn into such a beautiful being, and you're going to ascend to the next level of who you can be it like you're in your looks. Like, if you have any kind of goals on how you want to look, you're going to achieve that. You're going to ascend into that. If your goal is to really heal physically and mentally, you're going to be able to achieve that, group number 3. So that is the reading that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you, and I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.